Welcome everybody, this is Instructor Lee, and this is going to be our first video of many on how to write a case brief. Now we're not really going to be talking on this video on how to actually write a case brief. It's how do you even begin to write a case brief. Now it's important to note that a case brief is just detailed notes, or it's an analytical tool for taking notes. So you're going to be assigned in this class and in all your legal classes, as well as out in the real world as a paralegal or a lawyer, to actually brief a case. Now there's many different types of case briefs, and there's lots of different ways on writing case briefs, where we won't talk about those in this video. This is going to be how do you even begin. So say you got assigned Jones v. Gutierrez, and your supervising attorney says, okay, brief Jones v. Gutierrez. Well, great. How do I do that? Well, the first thing you have to do is you find it. So you find the case that he's talking about, the Jones v. Gutierrez case. That's obviously a fictional name. I just got that off the top of my head. But you found it. Well, what do? Well, the first thing that you need to do is what? Whoops. Sorry about that. Oh, my little technical difficulty. Here we go. Almost. It's coming. Suspense is killing you, I know. Okay, here we go. Oop, that's a little fat, but that's okay. So the first thing that you need to do is actually read the case. Well, it's 35 pages long. Yeah, it kind of sucks, guys. Some of them are short, some of them are long. You just have to read it. So you read the case one time. You just read it. And what are you doing? Well, you are... Wow, this is way too big. Let's undo that here. There we go. Okay, so you're going to scan it. So you're going to first read the case, and you're just going to scan. What are you looking for? Well, you're going to look for who wins. What's the outcome of the case? Who wins? And you're going to look for the arguments. Argue. I'm not going to spell it out. You get the point. So you're going to look for who wins and argues. Now the second time, so this is going to be a really fast read, just to get familiar with the case. Now the second time you read it, you're going to read it carefully. So carefully. So read it carefully. Really go over it in detail. And this is, you're going to want to look for what the judge is deciding. Look for everything that has to relate to the judge. And then the third is my favorite, because this is how I used to do it all the time. So the third is you brief as you go. So you actually start, I'm sorry guys, that thing is all over the place. It's late, so I'm pushing a whole bunch of buttons on accident. Alright, so you're going to brief as you go. So the first time you're just going to read it, you're going to scan, you're going to try to find out the who, the what, the where, and the how, and then the arguments. Second time, you're going to go over it in detail, really read it, and pay particularly a close attention to what the judge says. And then the third, you're going to actually just brief as you go. Now that's where you start the next video, which is going over the caption, the names, the facts, and you just do it along with your reading. It makes it very, very easy. Now, something important to note is keep these. Keep all your briefs. Keep all your briefs in all your classes. Why? Because you'll add to them. You'll pick them apart a little later. If you choose to go to take more advanced legal research and writing classes, you'll probably be using the same briefs, but you're just going to have to tweak them and make them a little bit better the more advanced in school you go. So for the purposes of this is how you start. So don't fret. Yes, it's going to require some reading, but you also get to enjoy some of the cases, because a lot of the cases that we will brief in this class are pretty interesting cases. Now, once again, this is Instructor Lee. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me via email, and you guys know where to find me.